So you're thinking about moving to the Lakewood Ranch, Sarasota area. You've heard about the 55 plus communities that we have, 4 Webbs and a Cresswind. I've been getting a lot of requests about the different locations, the different homes in the communities. So I wanted to walk through some of the models with you virtually, of course, since we're on this video, and show you where the communities are located, try to answer some questions for you about the models, and hopefully just load you up with information about it. But hey, my name is John Bice. I'm with eXp Real Estate, and we are located in the Sarasota area. We handle Lakewood Ranch, Parish, Sarasota, Venice, Nokomis, this whole area, which is 2 counties. It's Manatee and Sarasota County, which the first Webb that we're going to talk about is located in Lakewood Ranch. Most of you have inquired about Lakewood Ranch. So if you're not familiar with it, Lakewood Ranch is part of both Manatee and Sarasota County. There's a road called University Parkway that kind of divides the community in half. To the north is Manatee County, and to the south is Sarasota County. Not a big difference. Slightly higher taxes probably in Sarasota County, but nothing to, no big difference. But this first Webb is about probably 11 years old now, maybe. We started selling homes in there when they first broke ground. I mean, literally the model homes had just opened up and we started selling homes in there. We've sold, I think, 45 homes in there now. So each community that we go to here, I'm going to walk you through kind of the same size square footage, just to give you an idea of what they look like, okay? So if we pull up the map on this, just to show you where it is. And again, if you're familiar with Lakewood Ranch, so I'll zoom out far enough. So Lakewood Ranch actually goes from, we have a road called State Road 64, and it comes all the way down here to Fruitville Road. So it's 50 square miles of property, but as I say in all of my videos, 1/3 of Lakewood Ranch has been set aside for parks, for woodlands, for lakes, for that type of thing. So it's not just all just jam-packed with homes. So in this community, this was by far the most popular floor plan. It was called the Summerwood at the time. 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a den, 2-car garage. They've called it the Mystique now, I believe, in the newer communities, but I'll show you. So the first thing you have to realize is if you're going to build new, in the 2 that we still have building here, we have Webb Catalina and Webb Sunchase. They'll have about 6 different elevations to the front of the homes that you can choose. There'll be a basic that's no extra charge. And then they'll have things where you're adding extra features. Maybe you're going to add the front porch. Maybe you're going to add some of this stuff on the front of the house. In this community, Webb Lakewood Ranch, no new construction, all resales. All right. So you have to go through the whole process now of a home inspection, making sure that everything has been maintained the way it should be. So you can see this one doesn't really back up to anything, just a little preserve area right here, but a large backyard. This is the first street that we sold on in here, actually. It's called Seaford Way. So all the homes have paver walkways, driveways, and the lanai will have pavers. You can see that they did the plank tile flooring, very popular here for a number of reasons. It stays cooler. It's easier to maintain. If you have pets, it's great for that. So just really, really nice. So some of the features that you could do in this house, if you were building it at the other 2 communities, they'll go through everything from the countertops to the cabinets, crown molding, these light fixtures. Do you want those hung by the builder? Ceiling fans. I will tell you, these sliders right here, this is an option. The sliders on this door the base would come with just these sliders. But I always use the saying, once you see these, you can't unsee them, because it's really cool, because this whole area just opens up, and then you have this living area out here, which we use about 6 months of the year. Not right now. We're in August and it's very hot, so we're not using it out there now. But you can see now, if you didn't do that, you would have a solid wall here, which to me, don't like it. It makes it darker. So unless you have some type of, let's say, china cabinet that you just have to have in there, I would recommend going with those doors. Again, if you're doing construction, if you're finding one of these resale homes, you've got it. Okay. So pretty standard gas community. Okay. Great room area. Very well done. Okay, primary bedroom, carpet. Yikes! Not too many people have carpet anymore. So this was an option back then, still is actually. So you can have this walk-in shower. You can have an extended walk-in shower in the newer communities. There was an option at one time to do a bathtub here. I don't even know if they offer a bathtub anymore. What a lot of people like to use, the ladies like to set up like a makeup station here, which is really nice. All right. So that's Webb Lakewood Ranch. Now this one just came on the market, $574,900. So prices are coming back to where we were. You have to remember, in end of 2021, 2022, our prices went up by about 40%. So the people that I told not to come to town and buy at that particular time, I think they're thanking me at this point, because people were paying $100,000 over asking price for a home just to get one of them. So 574, that is $310 a square foot. Very good. Okay. Now remember, that was not on a pond. It's not on a preserve. Just has a larger backyard area with some trees there. Probably one of the community roads behind it, not outside traffic, just the community road behind it. Okay. So next community we'll go to is Cresswind. And hopefully my computer will move fast enough for us here. It's 7 properties on the market in Cresswind, and something that compares in size. There you go, 1,852 square feet. Now, this one's listed at $559,990. I don't know anything about these homes. They're not my listings. I'm just pulling them up right out of the multiple listing service, just like if you were on Zillow and you were looking at properties. So don't get me wrong, they're not our listings. I can certainly show them to you, represent you as a buyer, and help you purchase, but they're not my listings. So now this one, here you go, pond. And this is what I talk to clients about when they're picking out lots. So you're going to get a view of that depending on what the lanai looks like. But do you want that full on view like these homes have over here? Because this one, you can see these people put up all kind of bushes because their lanai was looking right into their lanai. And so was this house. So something to be aware of when you're doing when you're purchasing a resale. So a little bit different floor plan, but basically the same size. This one has the kitchen towards the back of the house. So you have a fairly large living area. Primary bedroom. Okay. The large walk-in shower, large closet. Now they did this is luxury vinyl, they call this. It's not just the stuff that they used to have. It's actually an upgraded product, which again is very, very desirable here. Quartz countertops in the second bathroom, laundry area. And you can see that's their view, but this is a nice covered area. People love that in case they want to do an outdoor kitchen. But then again, there's your neighbors right there. So do you want that? But that's a nice view of the lake. And when these people were buying this lot, it was probably discounted as opposed to the home next door and the others over from it. Okay. And then you get into the amenity center, which are very similar. I would say Cresswind's amenity center, the clubhouse is a little smaller, but they have the pools, pickleball courts, tennis courts, dog parks, bocce ball. They do not have a restaurant within the community, but they have this area right here where they have live bands come in and play. And then this area, they have like a place to set up food and all of that. And I've got clients in there just absolutely love it. So again, that's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a den, $559,900. Where is Cresswind? Let's take a look real quick. Okay, so Cresswind. Now, Del Webb was right over here. So you just come out of Del Webb, you turn left, and you head up here. And this is where Cresswind is right here. And you can see not too far. This is about 3 miles away from I-75. And then here's State Road 64 right up here. So easy access to that area. If you're trying to get down to the waterside area, which is over here, 10 to 15 minute drive, very easy to get to. Okay, so Cresswind. Let's take a look and see if Webb Catalina has anything listed, because now Webb Catalina is probably 2 years old, and obviously probably no resale. So let's see if the builder has one in there, maybe a resale, but let's take a look. Again, not my listing. Smaller home. Okay. Brand new. Now this is a villa, but I'll show it to you. $450,000. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It'll have a den. It's an end unit, which is nice because it'll have windows on the side. All right. It's going to have pavers for the walkway. Now you can go to their website and take a look. I will tell you, if you want to work with a realtor, don't register your realtor before you go there. Okay. Because if you don't, they're going to claim you as their lead. And then myself or another realtor will probably not be able to work with you, although they are begging us right now to bring buyers in because there's so much competition out there. So let's take a look at this villa. Still a 2-car garage. They did, so you can see it's a wooded area behind there, which is nice. They extended this. This would be the normal spot for this to end right here, but they did the extended cage out there. Now, a lot of people coming in from the north, why do you everybody have the screened in? Well, this time of year when we get rain almost every single day, the mosquitoes, crazy. So you wouldn't be able to use this area at all if you didn't have this screened in. So that's why you do that. Okay, so you can see nice preserve area right there. I am not, we call it's actually a 4-plex villa, 4-plex. Not a fan of these in the middle. No windows on the sides at all. So you have a window in the front where the den is and openings at the back. And you can do a little pop out on the interior units, but you can do that larger lanai area on the end units. Now this one, you can see there's going to be homes over here eventually. Not a big deal. That's a good example where the homes are right there. Okay, they're going to show us. There we go. Okay, so you just came in the front door and there's the den right here. Living area. Snowbirds, these are great for that. Absolutely. No maintenance to worry about in any of these communities. You don't have to do any yard work or anything. Okay. Nice size kitchen. Okay. Gas community. That's the den. Okay. Primary and the primary bath. Okay. So that's Catalina. All right. As I said, they're not going to have too many because either people are building in that community, picking a lot, picking the model home they want, doing all their own upgrades, or the builder, which is Pulte, is picking lots, picking the model, picking the upgrades. And we call that a spec home because they're putting things in that they anticipate that buyers will like, and they'll have a price, which always is negotiable. They'll have incentives on those as well, just like they do these other homes. So you want somebody who can go in there with you, has a relationship with that sales rep. Hey, is there any additional incentives that we're not hearing about on that particular home, that particular lot, that particular model, those upgrades, all things that you want. And by the way, builders have the commission for realtors built into their cost. So don't think you get a better deal by not going there with the realtor, because you don't, because they have it built in. That's why they're offering us 4 and 5% commission right now to bring buyers in. They've already added that in. Something about Webb Catalina, which is not in Webb Lakewood Ranch, is all these homes will have impact glass windows. So you don't have to worry about putting any shutters up. Huge expense, which you're going to pay for if you're going to build a home there or buy one of their spec homes, but at least they're in. Okay. 2 others to show you real quick. We're going to go to Parish. All right. So we're going to do, they both come up. There's Webb Bayview and there's Webb Sunchase in Parish. So what I want to do is cut out any villas or anything that they have. So let's just click on single family homes. And let's look for something. This is Webb Sunchase, Webb Bayview. So let's see what we've got here. Okay. This is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath home priced at $675 with a pool. Okay. So that's a nice addition. So in Bayview, you couldn't have a pool when you were under construction because that was the time of COVID and builders were getting held up because the pool people couldn't keep up. So they were like, nope, you can't build a pool. You can do that after construction. Okay. So now this is a wetland, which would never go away. So the views that you can have are water. There's some wooded areas in Bayview, and then there's wetland. So this is really, really nice because you see all kinds of birds and everything flying in. So let's take a look. I want to show you where Bayview is real quick. About 15 minutes to the north of Lakewood Ranch. All right, so let's zoom out here. Okay, I-75. And there's State Road 64 where Lakewood Ranch starts. So if you came out on State Road 70 or State Road 64, you jump on 75 and you go right up here. And when you get off on that particular exit, there's a brand new hospital that's being built right here. There's a brand new Publix that's right here. There's a Publix that was just built right over in this area. It's just exploding. Everything that you can think of. 301. And they have Home Depots, they have Lowe's, they have all the shopping going in and restaurants and everything going in up there now. Webb Sunchase is over here, which we'll take a look at in just a second. So Okay, you can see that that's the wetland area with a walkway all around it, which is kind of cool. Just got to be aware, to me, do you want to have that walkway right behind your house like that? Because obviously that's for the community and people to walk around. Do you want that? It's kind of like being on a golf course. You got to be very aware of where your home is on a golf course. You want to be sitting there on the tee box with guys teeing off at 7 o'clock in the morning and screaming their head off because they hit a bad shot. Probably not. Again, not my listing, but happy to show you this home. Different floor plan. You can see, again, plank tile flooring. Kind of the same living area. Now, this one is different in that the sliders are here, and there was an opportunity to either do French doors, which they did, or sliders here to go straight out from the kitchen right outside. Beautiful kitchen. Quartz countertops, white, which is very, very popular here. Which is another thing to talk to you about. If you traditionally have the dark furniture that's very popular in the north, very unpopular here, and it's a tremendous expense to move that furniture down here, like 10 grand to move your, obviously depending on how much you're going to move, but then you're going to get it here and it's dark and everybody wants this look. Okay, hopefully saving you a little bit of money. Primary bedroom, primary bath. Okay, so that's Webb Bayview. Let's find Sunchase here. I can show you that on the map. So Webb Sunchase, this should be their Mystique model. Yep. So this is going to have, this is under construction. Everything there, brand new. I don't think there'll be any resales in there. So let's take a look because this community is just a little bit further to the east. Okay, so we're going to zoom out here and I'm going to show you. That's US 301 that I told you about. And if we zoom out a little further, here's where the other Webb is, right over here. Okay, so you just come down. That road is called Moccasin Wallow. Yes, Moccasin Wallow. I don't know why. Then this is State Road 62, and then the community is located out here. Now, when this community first opened, they were like, oh my gosh, it's so far out there. Not anymore, because this is all under development. Okay, homes, all, like I said, the shopping and everything's going in there. Now this one, what was it priced at? This one's $499, $290. So if you go up to that community, you save a little bit of money. The ones in Webb were how much? $550-ish. Okay, same floor plan. Okay, primary, closet, den. Okay, so they did not extend this out, which I'd like to see. Okay, so this is a little bit different because they didn't have the pocketing doors, but nice lake view, which is great. People love that. There's the what the clubhouse will look like. That is not there right now. I can tell you that. That's what it'll look like. And they will have everything. They'll have a full-time activity director who will be right here. I believe in this particular one, they're doing the restaurant inside the clubhouse. The other two Webbs, they've done them, or actually three, they've done them outside of the clubhouse. So it was a separate building. So they're going to do this one inside, maybe Catalina the same. I'm not sure. But they're thinking it's going to save whoever operates that restaurant a little bit of money. People could come in, sit in the air conditioning. It's going to be a little bit different. Okay. I'm sure you'll still have access to it from the pool. Beautiful workout areas. I mean, better than the gym I go to, I can tell you. Okay. So I hope that was helpful. So let's review Webb Lakewood Ranch, all resales. Webb Catalina is either new construction or spec homes. Cresswind is probably 98% built out. They may still have a few homes available in there that are new construction. Then Webb Bayview is going to be all resales. Webb Sunchase is all new construction. Now, a lot of you have asked me about the stay and play option that they have. So they don't do them in communities, obviously, where they're built out. And the builder will start offering that once they have their clubhouse open, because it's called stay and play. And you can't play if the clubhouse is not there yet. You can't go to the pool. You can't go to the gym. Can't do anything. So they're not cheap to do that, but you get to stay in the community. What I always recommend is Google hotels in Lakewood Ranch and stay at a hotel, and I can take you into each community as much as you want to go to it and see it. Go to the clubhouse, talk to people, walk around, go to the restaurant, do whatever you want to do to get an actual feel for the community. Okay. So this was a long video. You can get me 7 days a week on the phone, 941-962-7443. Again, John Bice with eXp Real Estate. I would love to help you find a home in this community. These are our 55 plus communities, but we sell everything. So give us a call, and you can reach me 7 days a week. Okay. Check out my other videos on YouTube, and they should be very helpful for you if you're considering a move to the area. Okay. Thanks so much, and I hope to see you on the next video.